So, a gacha game with permadeath and it doesn't hold your hand at all. Wizardry variants Daphne is difficult, but fair once you learn the mechanics. I'll go over some tips and tricks the game doesn't say, and I kinda wish I knew, but knowing should point you in the right direction. Every character you summon will have bonus points you can invest in, which you cannot change later. In this game, speed is key. If you can knock out your enemies before they even hit you, you'll keep your resources high, making it much easier to explore the abyss. I would go 80-20 into speed and the character's respective combat stat. I'd also recommend having your backline units, like mages and priests, much faster than your melee characters, like fighters and knights. The game gives you a free selectable legendary adventure, which gives you a strong start. I highly recommend starting with either Yeka, Alice, or Lanaville. Of course, having two or all of them would be ideal. Lanaville is a knight whose end of battle heal is extremely potent early on, where your health pool is quite small. Alice is a priest who provides longer lasting buffs while packing quite the punch herself. Last but not least is Yeka, who if I had to pick one of only these three units, she'd be my choice. Her damage is insane. She has the ability to turn ambushes, combats where the enemies all get to attack you first regardless of your speed, into regular encounters. And her bonus damage to undead is a huge boon in the first dungeon. While legendary adventurers have a ton of appeal, so do the general and anonymous characters. They can be used to inherit their signature skill or passives to make your existing characters that much stronger. However, before you sacrifice any character this way, make sure to accept them from the adventurer's log and sell their equipment for extra gold. I wouldn't go beyond level 2 for any skill or passive early on, since it takes progressively more copies of that unit to increase the level of said skill or passive. With your motley crew, let's talk about team comps. I found huge success with a fighter knight, main character, and thief frontline, with a priest, double mage backline. I recommend having two mages in case one of them misses a debuff, looking at you Adam, but experiment and see what you like. So, in this game you will die. A lot. And that's okay. You are given 3 revives that regenerate over time, which will reset the combat before it started, giving you a chance to rethink or retreat. However, the same cannot be said for your team. If they die, they can be revived at the cost of their fortitude. Get it too low, and they can actually die permanently. However, fortitude recovers over time even while dead. You can wait until your character's fortitude's heart is full before attempting any revives at the church. This game is very much a love letter to older JRPGs. There are various roadblocks where you need to level gear or your characters. This room on the second floor has a respawning enemy, which gives a fair bit of experience until level 8. This game isn't generous all the time, so take advantage of any spots like this. After fighting in the Abyss, going back to level up the inn is common. However, which room should you stay in? The economy room for 200 gold is my go-to. The stables aren't great, and you can actually lose gold there. And the expensive rooms early on don't provide any bonus besides making your party look clean. Money looks rough, but you'd be surprised how it's not as dire as it seems. As mentioned earlier, selling all the starting equipment from fodder is roughly 200 gold. Also, don't forget to sell your collectibles. It's relatively straightforward, so make sure to loot every chest you see to make more money, to get more chests, and that's pretty much the vital game loop, so you should get comfy with that. While exploring the Abyss, you'll get new gear and weapons. I recommend prioritizing upgrading your weapons first. Don't be afraid to invest once or twice into a weapon, as it doesn't cost too much gold yet, and it'll make your dungeon delving that much easier. I would only do weapons at +2 until you get enough gold to comfortably level your other gear. Last but not least, the Gacha. It's a 5% chance to get a legendary adventure, with it being a 60-40 of a standard one or a banner one. The pity doesn't carry over from banner to banner. Keep that in mind when summoning. In the description, I'll have a link to the guide made by the game's community Discord. It's a great place to have added to see the buzz about the game and communicate with people who are also helplessly stuck in the Abyss, just like us. With all this in mind, you should be prepared to explore the Abyss and unravel its story. If you have any questions or want to see something next, just let me know in the comments. Until then.